Hi everyone, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It's time for another episode on this public investment portfolio playlist. If you follow this channel for quite some time, you know since January 2022, almost 2 years ago, I decided to create this playlist where each month I'm contributing to this specific portfolio and I'm sharing its performance with you guys. Everything that I say in this video is not financial advice. I do me, you do you, and just because a decision might be the best one for me, it might necessarily be the right one for you. Everything that said, let's jump into these videos. I always like to keep this short and fast-paced. I'm using the Trading 212 app. It was the brokerage that I chose at that time, and our portfolio total value, as you can see right now, is 1,557 euros. Our total return so far is closing in on 18%. And which makes it a bit difficult for this month's contribution. I know this sounds counterintuitive, probably I am one of the few people saying this, but I am actually quite sad when I see such performance in my portfolio because this makes it harder to find a better investment. If I can buy my stocks cheaper, that will be better in the long term because here on this portfolio we really have a long-term horizon. I'm not planning to cash out on this money yet. This is more like a plan B for my retirement savings, and I'm tracking this with you, so it's gonna be fun. In a couple of years I can rewatch some of these videos and say, oh, I invested in this company, maybe that company exists today, maybe they are not the main leader. By that time a lot of things can change, but hopefully in the future will be better, but there's only one time to tell. I also don't need this money right now, so it's perfect. But if I were to retire, this was a really nice thing because instead of having the 1,300 euros that I invested throughout these past few months, I would have an extra 200 euros that I could enjoy for myself. But since we're not planning to cash out yet, here we are. So let's see our investment so far. I think mostly everything is on the green. Some are higher, others are lower. The ETFs, okay, everything is positive except for Disney. Disney is down, so this is going to be one of the companies that will be contributing. Let's see the allocation. So almost 48% of the portfolio is distributed into ETFs, so exchange traded funds. So this is a basket of several stocks instead of being just focused in single companies. For example, Google right now represents 11% of my portfolio. So if by any reason Alphabet, the company, would cease to exist, this would impact really heavily on my portfolio. But at the end of the day, it's also a stock that's performing quite well, 22% to be more exact. So this is also influencing the portfolio performance. So you can take this as a double-edged sword. If the stock performs well, this is going to boost your portfolio performance instead of just having a really diverse portfolio. But if something goes wrong, of course you know what will happen next. So yeah, you can see Google is the first one. Then we have Facebook. I believe Facebook has appreciated quite a lot. Yeah, we can see here one Meta Platforms now, because it was former Facebook, 113%. So this is absolutely crazy. And this has not always been the case. If you see previous videos or even if you see my Instagram page, cadete.invest, you will see that a lot of this time, or most of the time, this portfolio was trending in the red. Now it's trending in the positive. I like to contribute more when things are bad, but we cannot always control. Then we have another ETF, Vanguard FTS All-world, but is only that doesn't even represent 5%. Then we have some Chinese stocks exposure, and then Farfetch, Amazon, and Walt Disney. Let's see our contributions throughout the past months. So we have here in 2022, in January 2022, we contributed 40 euros, so mostly flat. So if I had invested all my money on this allocation back in a few months ago, so it was mostly on ETFs, 75% was in ETFs and in Google. So if I had invested all my money in Google in January of 2022, I would still be down 5% right now. But this is the advantage of dollar cost averaging, so that this means always investing in reoccurring periods, so you will average out. So it's very unlikely that I will pick the best day to invest or the worst day to invest. So if I phase out throughout the years, hopefully we can ride those momentums up if the world is trending upwards anyway, because we don't know what might happen next. So February, everything, March, so I think everything is in the green. This is the first time here in the episode. which is nice, but at the end of the day it also makes it harder to find other investments. And you can see here I invested pretty much in every month except in March of 2023, and this is like the thing. I thought, well, in March things are super positive, so I'm gonna wait, and in the next month I will invest more. But it turns out the market kept climbing higher and higher, and if I had invested in March, most likely I'll still be profiting from that. So we didn't invest in that month, and we can see here that in April things are still positive, in May positive as well, in June positive. Well, we didn't have much time since June until now July, but it's still positive nonetheless. This month I will not contribute as much because I forecast that I'm going to have some major expenses in the coming future. So instead of investing 120 euros, I will invest half of that. Also because things are looking quite expensive, and this is the distribution that I showed today. It's going to be 25% for Disney, so this is a really high concentration because it's the only stock that's down in my portfolio. 25% for the S&P 500 Information Technology ETF. So this is companies like Microsoft, Apple. Is a really focused ETF. It's not like super broad like the next ETF, the S&P 500, the entire 500 biggest companies in the US economy. Then we're going to have more exposure to Chinese stocks, Alibaba, JD.com, another ETF, All-world, just to be more diverse, and then 5% on Intel because it's been trending. It's a company that I find it undervalued, and we will see this is just a small piece of it. So overview, we're going to invest, and this time it's going to be 60 euros. We don't know if in a couple of months I will look back, oh, this was a really good opportunity to have invested more, or maybe we can have a crash in a couple of months. This is like, it's for what it's worth. I believe like right now, even with the interest rates getting hiked more recently from the European Central Bank and from the Federal Reserve, I think things will get better because I'm getting a lot of ads on YouTube, and I find this as a non-official indicator, but whenever I see companies spending a lot on ads, it's always a positive indicator. Of course, we can be wrong. The short term and the long term treasury yields are inverted, so that's also always signal that we are going to have a recession. So who knows? I don't know the future. If anyone can claim that they know the future, they are probably wrong. Either way, always invest money that you can afford to lose, and in a couple of years we'll see. Maybe I'm investing in a better timing, in a worse timing, but eventually it will average out if we are in a better world. If we're not, well, I think this will be the last of your concerns, your investment portfolio. If we are in a World War III or some kind of, I don't know, worldwide pandemic that's going to wipe out all of us, we don't know yet. So 60 euros, oh, I really went off topic this time, and we're already closing in on 8 minutes, so I'll speed things up. Walt Disney is going to have 15 euros, Alibaba is going to have 6 euros, Intel 3 euros, JD.com 6, and S&P 500, the broad market one is going to have 9 euros, the entire world ETF is going to have 6 euros, and the focused ETF is going to have 15 euros. So confirm buy. Okay, this will not execute all of the orders, but this is it for now. So let me see if it's going to invest. Okay, it's not going to execute all of them. Okay, 29%. I'll give it 1 minute of tolerance until these orders get executed, and we can see it will eventually execute. And my portfolio right now, this is how it looks. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully I will have some different vlogs in upcoming weeks or months. I have some travels plans up ahead, so stay tuned. And as always, this is my time capsule here on YouTube. So see you next time. Bye.